The assignment I decided to go with was the 1919 Chicago Black Sox scandal. There's a lot of reasons why the scandal came alight. One of the reasons would be uh, Charles Kaminsky was very cheap when it came to paying his players. Unfortunately, back in the 1900s, there was no such thing as free agency. So, for a ball player to get signed, if they did not like the salary that they were offered, they could not sign with any other team. They had to play for the team that chose them and sign them. A lot of the players were unhappy with the salaries that they had. They felt Charles Kaminsky was being very cheap, but in reality, Charles that year had one of the highest salaries for any ball club. A couple of players were very upset with Charles as well for benching Eddie Chicote. He was a pitcher. Eddie had a contract that said if he got 30 wins in a season, he would get an extra $10,000 bonus. Twice, Kaminsky ordered the manager to make sure that he did not reach the 30 wins. So when he reached the 28 win mark, it was close to the end of the season. They decided to sit him down for the rest of the season where he wouldn't be able to pitch and get the opportunity to make the extra $10,000. 6 or 7 of the players on the club were very unsatisfied with that. They felt that Charles was being cheap. Charles would go to the extent of not even washing the uniforms for the Chicago players. And back in 1919, they wore white wool jerseys. It's not like polyester like we have today. So when the dirt got into the jersey, it stayed in there. It stained really well. So the players decided that if they saw money on the table to make an opportunity to go ahead and take it, they were going ahead and take it. Another reason this article interests me is I'm a huge baseball fan. I'm also a big fan of Pete Rose. So with this scandal became our first commissioner of baseball. And when he laid down the law for these 8 baseball players, he said that if you gamble against Major League Baseball, you will be banned for the rest of your life. And unfortunately, Pete Rose found out the hard way, just like these other 8 fellas back in 1919. Uh, Pete Rose was Pete Rose was found guilty of gambling in baseball, and especially on his own team, the Cincinnati Reds. It's kind of funny how 1919 the White Sox gambled against the Cincinnati Reds, and then we have Pete Rose gambling for Cincinnati Reds, and both get lifetime banishment. Um, I personally would love to see one day Shoeless Joe Jackson and Pete Rose be elected into the Hall of Fame. But with the lifetime ban that the commissioners have laid down, it's impossible for those 2 players to ever receive invitement to the Hall of Fame. Hopefully, my project opens some light on what happened in 1919, and you enjoy what you read and see. Thank you for your time.